Good morning, boys and girls. Today is Monday, August 24th. And like I said in the introduction video, this week we're going to start learning a little bit more about the water cycle. You wonder, what is the water cycle? The water cycle is the journey that water makes throughout its life. So just like living things have a cycle of life, water has a cycle of life. When we think about that word cycle, a cycle is a system that just keeps going over and over again. So it repeats itself. So if you think about a circle, let me try to see if I see a circle in my room. I don't. Okay, I'm going to use my hand, a circle. So a circle has no start point and no end point, right? It just keeps going over and over again. So it's repeating itself. And that's what the water cycle is. There's various components to the water cycle that you're going to learn throughout this week. And all of these components work together to ensure that the cycle continues over and over again. Okay, so think of a circle when you think about the water cycle. And I have some notes right behind me. And you can go ahead and put this in your interactive journal. The water cycle, the journey that water makes throughout its life. And then you're thinking about a cycle has no start or end point. Think of a circle. So when you have time, boys and girls, you know how we did on those 2 pages in our journal. I think it was page 16 and 17. You're going to write the note of the water cycle on page 16. On page 16. You're going to take those notes and you're going to write it on page 16. You're going to write the water cycle and you're going to write the definition that I have on my anchor chart behind me. You're going to put this on page 16. So again, the water cycle is the journey that water makes throughout its life. So we're going to go a little bit deeper. I'm going to share my screen. Okay. Boys and girls, have you ever wondered why does rain come from the clouds? Or have you ever just saw a puddle of water and then maybe 5 or 10 minutes later that puddle of water dramatically disappears? Guess what, boys and girls? All of that comes from the water cycle. And that's what we're going to start learning today. The water cycle is simple. It's the complete journey that water makes in its life from one place to another and from one state to the other. When we talk about state, we're not talking about the state of Texas, the state of Florida, the state of California. Remember, state, when we talk about state in science, we're talking about states of matter. So solids, liquids, gas. That's what we're talking about in this sentence right here. As the word cycle suggests, there's no starting point. Remember, a circle. This means that we can begin at any point and follow its path until it gets to where we started again. So we can start here and we can keep going. We can stop. We can go back. We can keep going around. We can stop here. Continue, continue, continue. So it doesn't matter where you start in a circle. It's just a continuous pattern. Remember, everything is working together to complete the cycle. The natural water cycle describes the existence and movement of water on, in, and above the earth. Earth's water is always in movement and is always changing states. So going from a solid to a liquid to a gas, from liquid to vapor to ice and back again. Okay, so boys and girls, when we talk about the water cycle, remember we're talking about water moving throughout the states of matter. So it may start off as a liquid and then it may go into a gas and then go back into a liquid. So it's a continuous process. And that's how the water cycle works. There's different components that we're going to learn about in the water cycle. And I have an anchor chart right here, as you can see. Just thinking about the sun and how the sun plays a part in the water cycle, thinking about how the water goes from a liquid to a gas to a solid. They're all parts of the water cycle. I'm going to pause for a second. You can go ahead and take your water cycle notes really quickly. For today's lesson, which is Monday, I want you guys to watch 2 separate videos on the water cycle. When you watch those videos, I want you to think about the stages or steps of the water cycle. They're going to identify at least 4 steps of the water cycle. I want you to think about those steps. I want you to think about the state of matter that each step is in, meaning, is the step in, is it a liquid? Is one step a gas? Is one step a solid? Think about the states of matter that the water goes through in those various stages of the water cycle. Again, I said there's about 4 of them. And then I have a water cycle song for you guys, and I'm going to put that in your Schoology folder as well. Your discussion post for today is you're going to identify the steps to the water cycle. And you're going to get those steps from the video that you just watched. Okay? So you have 2 videos that you're going to watch, and then you have a discussion post question, and you're going to answer that question in Schoology. The videos that you're going to watch and your discussion post question will be in the weekly skill activity folder. Again, the videos that you're going to watch and the discussion post question will be in your weekly skill activity folder. So after viewing this video, go to your weekly skill activity folder for Monday, and you will have the link for the videos, and you will also have your discussion post question. Okay, boys and girls? This week is going to be very exciting and interesting in regards to the water cycle. I hope you find and learn some new things about the water cycle, and we can chat tomorrow about what you've learned. Again, after this video, go to your weekly skill folder for Monday, view the videos, and then also answer your discussion post question. Boys and girls, I will see you again tomorrow on Tuesday, and we will dig a little bit deeper in the water cycle. Enjoy your videos, complete your work for today, Monday, and I'll see you in small group if you're on schedule for Monday, or if not, I'll see you again on tomorrow for Tuesday's lesson. Have a great evening and enjoy the rest of your night.